Well, hello everyone. I'm just here. We're going to wait until 9 o'clock and then we're gonna start. Okay. So in the meantime, just go grab your snack, grab any drinks that you want to grab. Okay. And then we will start. So we will start around 9 o'clock. Okay. 9 o'clock. I saw this thing and I think it's at the dollar store. And I kind of like it. I like it. Kind of helps with just clearing your mind and kind of helps with just passing time, I guess. But it's pretty cool. See, it goes so long. Mhm. And you can extend it or pull it like a long time. Yes, I do have this cold that it is not leaving me. I'm drinking water. Right here where I am, yesterday it was so, we had this spring weather. Now it's like we're going back to this winter weather. I mean, it's like very cold. It's like we're going back to winter. So we're just waiting 2 more minutes. But anyway, that's all we're doing now. Just wait. While we're waiting, I'm gonna show you different things that I have here. Got this thing in here. Like this one if you know, I'm not hot right now, I'm cold. And I have this thing right here just to make noises, you know, like noises. When I want to scream and I don't want to use my voice, that's loud. Kind of hurt my ears. Yeah. What else I have? Oh, yes, I have this cool thing right here. Yes. Got this mighty big guitar. Yeah. Oh, yes, this weather is crazy. This is Texas. Yep. And we are back on, I think it's 9 o'clock already. So, one thing I want to do now, it's something new. It's something new. We didn't do it in the last previous live channels. Okay. So the first thing is that I want to talk about is, have you ever seen a butterfly? Right? You probably say, duh, yeah, we have seen a butterfly. We see them all the time. And what do you think they're made of? I mean, like, what are they made of, really? Hmm? I don't know. I mean, like, what are they made of? Because one thing, they are a caterpillar, and then they're a butterfly. But what are they really are made of? I don't know. Like, for example, today we're going to be reading this book that is called Adios Oscar. Yes, adios is a Spanish word. So that is, adios is like saying goodbye, Oscar. Okay. So what do you think that's going to be? It looks like he is a what? A caterpillar. Yes, he's a caterpillar. So, and then you also see some butterflies right there. So it looks like he's going to transform. What do you think? Yes, yes, that is correct, Alan. Yes, that is goodbye. So adios means goodbye. Now, the different types of books that you will see with butterflies. And honestly, I'm excited about this book because I had never seen this book. And when I started the library, I was like curious, you know, about it. Because this is the book that I know I have seen it. Most of you have seen it. This book is in Spanish, really. And it's like Arruga Muy Hambrienta, Eric Carr, which is that very hungry Uh, I think it's that caterpillar. Yeah, the very hungry caterpillar. So this is a very famous book, and this book talks to us about the process that the butterfly have to go through. Not the butterfly, but the caterpillar has to go through in order to become a butterfly. But today we are going to read this one, which is Adios Oscar. So let's go ahead and just remind ourselves what this front of the book is, right? This is the front of the book. That is the spine. And this one right here is the back cover of the book. Okay. So in this one, it says Adios Oscar, a butterfly fable. A butterfly fable? What is a fable? Hmm. Fable. What is a fable? Anybody else knows what a fable is? Anyone? So a butterfly fable is just a story, okay? A story that it is often talks about nature or animals, um, and pretty much like they act like real people, like you and me. So that's what a fable is, and also it teaches like a very important lesson. Okay, so in this time, well, in this case, what do you think this book might be about? I mean, we know that a butterfly, I mean, not a butterfly, a caterpillar will transform, right? So let's see what Oscar has to go through. So, what we want to know in this story is what do you think this story might be about? Do you think the story is about a caterpillar or a butterfly? I don't know. This is the first time I read this. And do you think that something big will happen to Oscar? Yes, that's what I agree with you, Alan. Is the journey to become a butterfly. Well, let's check it out. Hopefully we can finish the book because it has a lot of pages, but it has a lot of beautiful pictures. Okay, so this is how it starts. Look at that beautiful butterfly right there. It says, Buenas noches, Mrs. Ard, wherever you are. P.E. So it looks like this book it's dedicated to Mrs. Ard, whoever that person is, okay? And PE stands for Peter Elwell. You know, Peter Elwell. That's the name of author of the book. There was a house. In the window of this house, there was a flower in a pot. On the leaf of this flower, there was a little caterpillar. And if you ask this caterpillar his name, he would have said, My name is Oscar. Yes, look at that. There's a beautiful pictures in this book, y'all. Very beautiful pictures. Very colorful. Look at that flower. It's beautiful. You know that Pookie loves plants. So one of these days, I'm going to show you some of my plants that I have. As a matter of fact, I saw a hummingbird the other day. But that's another conversation. I'm going to talk to you later about that. Okay. That's just what he said when a butterfly flew in from the sky, landed on his flower, and asked him his name. I just flew. Oh, I skip a sentence. Do not skip a sentence in a book. You miss a lot of things. Let me go back to the previous sentence. Pleased to meet you, Oscar, said the butterfly. My name's Bob. I just flew in from Detroit. And boy, are my wings tired. But seriously, do you know the way to Mexico? What? So he's going to Mexico? Okay, well, let's see. Let's see. This is Bob. Let's put it right here. Oh, sorry. Yes, that's Bob. You see the butterfly right there. Sorry. For some reason, my camera is not acting right. Okay. You see the butterfly right there? That's a beautiful butterfly. Let's see what the other side said. No, but I sure like those wings of yours, said Oscar. Thanks, said Bob. One day you will have a pair of your own. Really? Oscar gasped. Count on it, said Bob. Then fluttering off on the pacing freeze, he shouted, if you're ever down in Mexico, look for me. Hmm. There's another animal right there that you can see next to Oscar. Okay. This animal right here, that is a snail. So you can see that's Oscar right there. And of course, this is Bob. Okay. Put that. Okay, let's see what the story continues. Oscar crawled as fast as he could to tell his caterpillar friends all about the wings he was going to grow and how he was going to fly far away just like Bob the butterfly. No one listened to Butterfly, Skirmish said, sneered. They just make stuff up. Besides, anyone with big crazy wings has to be nuts, scoffed Wiggly. And anyone who believes them is a nutter. Nibbles laughed. Oh my goodness, they're making fun of Oscar. But these are his friends that are making fun of him. Look at that. So Oscar has adult friends that are caterpillars. Okay? Let's see what happens next. Look at us, sang the three caterpillars. We are Oscars, the amazing flying nut. That does not sound very nice. You're starting to bug me. You say you're starting to bug me. Remember, they're bugs. So you say you're starting to bug me. That is funny. Oscar growl, meaning he's mad. That's because we're bugs, they laugh. That's what we do. Then they saw a ladybug, and off they went to prove a point by bugging her about the spots on her back. I do not like these friends that Oscar has. It looks like they are bullies or mean friends. But let's see. Those are the friends right there. They're not very nice. Okay. Let's continue reading. Don't listen to them. They are a knucklehead, whispered a little voice. It was Edna, the bookworm, peeping shyly from behind Oscar's flower pot. But they might be right, said Oscar. And they might be wrong, Edna suggested. Want to find out? Mm. I'm interested. I like Edna. Yes, I do like Edna. Let's continue reading. Looking first this way and then that way, she silently motioned for Oscar to follow her. They crawled off the window sill, then up a bookcase until they came to an old book made of shiny brown leathers and decorated with gold. Can't judge a book by its cover, Edna said, opening a small door at the bottom of the book. Okay, look at Edna. Right there. Yes, that's Edna right there. Hmm? Hmm? That's pretty cool, huh? Let's see what is behind that bookshelf, okay? It was the door to a library. As far as Oscar could see, there was nothing but bugs, books, and bookworms reading them. Wow! Oscar yelled. Shh, the bookworms replied. Don't worry, Edna said. They love to do that. Oh my goodness. Look at this. That is a lot of books in this library. Remember, Bookie told you that you can go. Remember last week I said that you can go to the library and get some mini books, as many books as you want. And I got this book, as a matter of fact, from the library. Let's see what Oscar and Edna discover in the library. Oscar and Edna found all kinds of books that said that caterpillars do grow wings and turn into butterflies, and that the butterflies who look like Bob do fly all the way to Mexico. None of those books said Bud was nuts. They said he was right. Oscar also studied maps. Mexico was thousands of miles away, which is quite far for anyone who's. Hold now. I'm coughing. I have to drink water, y'all. 1 second. I got this big water thing. Okay. I have to drink it. I think all of it. You know, I have this cough that is really, really killing me. So right now it says that it's 9:13. So I'm supposed to have drink by 10 o'clock all the way to right here. So I don't know if I'm gonna succeed, okay? So let's check it out. Okay, let's continue. Okay. So it said Oscar. Let's go back to the paragraph where I started coughing on everything else, okay? The Oscar also studied books, studied maps. Mexico was thousands of miles away, which is quite far for someone whose whole world has been a flower pot. It was a little scary, but the more Oscar found out about all the different places he see and the different bugs he had met, the more he wanted to go there. Ooh, I like that. So that means that once he becomes a butterfly, he's going to be able to fly all over the world, at least to Mexico. And Mexico is very far from Texas. We are neighbors to Mexico. Okay, let's continue this. Oscar also found out that they speak Spanish in Mexico, so he figured he would like to do that too. He learned to say hello, hola, and he learned to say bye, adios, hola, adios. And it looks like he's going to know a lot of Spanish by the time he becomes a butterfly. Yeah, no, Puka speaks Spanish, right? Yes, I speak Spanish. And remember, there was a live stream that I did, and I did it in both languages. So if y'all want me to read a book in two languages, just let me know. Okay, let's continue. He learned to introduce himself to everyone, would know who was saying hello and goodbye. Hola, mi nombre es Oscar. But would they know me when I'm a butterfly? Oscar asked. Sure, and I replied, no matter what you are, you will always be Oscar. Too soon, the time came for Oscar to take the lone caterpillar nap. They read aloud. He slept, and when he woke up, he had wings. Before you go, let's learn one more thing, said Edna. and they learn how to say good night. Buenas noches. Oh, I like Edna, because Edna helped Oscar a lot because Oscar was feeling down because his friends were mean to him. But it looked like Edna is a great one to have. Oscar went to sleep, or Oscar went to sleep, and dreamed of distant blue mountains and all of the the new friends he had met at the road. He rode the wind out of Cleveland and all the way to Mexico. He slept and he slept and he slept some more. How? So it looks like Oscar is from Cleveland. So Bookie is in Texas and Oscar is from Cleveland. And he's going to fly all the way to Mexico. Alan, don't say adios. Adios means you're leaving now. Yeah, better not leave. You need to wait until I finish the story. We got 10 minutes to go, y'all. We can do this. This is all the butterflies that Oscar is dreaming about. He is one of them. I wonder which one is him. Then one day, Oscar wake up as he yawned and wiggled out of his cocoon. He felt something else wiggle on his back. Wings! He had wings! But something wasn't right. He also had appetite, a big one. And why was he craving socks? What? He's craving socks? What kind of butterfly craves socks? I mean, don't they crave like butterflies? Okay, let's read some more. Let's read some more. Hey, Oscar, Nebo shouted from inside the closet. Taste this designer sweater. It's Johnny. Look at us, yelled Wiggle. We are flying around a ladybird. A light bulb, not a ladybird. A light bulb. For no reason. Whee! Cried Screamer. Look at that. They also become a different type of butterfly. It almost those bugs that you see around your clothes because they're eating clothes. Hmm. Interesting. Let's see what kind of butterfly Oscar becomes. Flying the urge for the light bulb. Oscar flew to the mirror instead. Oh no, he cried. Someone made a mistake. I am not a butterfly. I am a moth. He's not a butterfly. He's a moth. Now Oscar will never ride the wind. He will never see Mexico. For the rest of his life, he will fly around Lightbolt and sit in a drone eating old socks. Oh man. Let's see. Más medias, por favor. Oh my goodness, he just asked. More socks, please. Oscar tried to make the best of it, even with nowhere to go. Flying sure, bit crawling, and socks actually tasted pretty good. But when Oscar said, more socks, please, in Spanish, it made him sad. It just reminded him of the blue mountains he had never seen. He had never seen. So he was sad. That's Oscar right there, yeah. So he is a moth. A moth is different from a butterfly. Okay. So he did not want it to be a moth. Let's see what happens, okay? He might have forgotten all about Mexico, but one bright night, Oscar happened to land on his favorite flower in the window. He had not come back ever since he became a moth. Looking around, a tiny piece of paper caught his eye. There was a writing on it. This is what it said: Adios, Oscar. Dear Oscar, amazing things can happen when a moth thinks like a butterfly. Write me from Mexico. Love, Edna. Look at the nerve, the shimmer. I think Edna knew that he was not gonna be a butterfly, that he was gonna be a moth. So, what do y'all think? You think he's still go to Mexico? I don't know. Let's check it out. Oscar felt the moon beckon to him like a big light bulb in the sky. Yes, he was a moth. And what a moth! Adios, amigos, said Oscar. I have got a postcard to write. And off he soared, up towards the moon and into the great night sky. Where are you going? Squirmer called him. You won't get far, shouted Wiggly. What's amigos? Nibble asked. Can you eat it? Nibble is like thinking about food all the time. Let's continue. The Autobots figure that he'd be back as long as there was a porch light to fly around. After all, they said, he's a moth. That's what we do. But that's not what Oscar did. Even with the porch lights on, he never came back. However, what do you think happened? So it looked like his friends think that he will be back as long as there was a porch light. Do you think Oscar will be back? I don't know. Let's check it out. There are blue mountains in Mexico. High in those mountains, there's a green field that is alive with countless butterflies. Okay, it's a lot of butterfly. This is what we call, I think, the monarch butterfly. And they migrate to Mexico. That means that they go to Mexico during a certain time of the year. In the middle of this field, there is a flower. Sitting on his flower, on this flower, you will find a moth who's writing a postcard to a friend. If you ask this moth his name, he will most likely say, my name is Oscar. Oscar made it to Mexico. And this is what Oscar says to Edna, replies, Dear Edna, I thought like a butterfly. Love, Oscar. P.S. Bob says hi. And there it is. It's a postcard. And I think you can also see that's Oscar right there. This is a pretty good story. You know, I like this story. So this tells you never, 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 ever give up on your dreams. Okay. So did you thought that he was going to become a butterfly? I did so too. You know, I did. But a moth never crossed my mind. But it doesn't matter that, right? It didn't matter. He still fulfill his dreams to go to Mexico. Now, There's this superhero. You know how we always talk about a superhero, and we're only going to be talking about this for 4 minutes, y'all. Okay, 4 minutes, and then we are going to say goodbye. But another superhero that went through a transformation like Oscar is get who? Guess who? Hold on. Think about that while I look for it. Dun, dun, dun. And I think it's one of your most favorite superheroes. Remember, I'm a hope person. So we're gonna talk about this superhero. It's not gonna be the hope, but I think that he went through a beautiful transformation to become who he is. Guess who is? Think about it. Think about it. And voila, look at this. Is that amazing Spider-Man? Yes. And I think we already talked about the amazing Spider-Man, but I thought this was pretty cool, because Peter Parker literally he was transformed after being beaten by a spider. So he grows into his identity just like Oscar. Because Oscar thought, I want to be a butterfly, right? But he did not become a butterfly. He became a moth. So this one right here, Spider-Man, he has power. And so therefore, Spider-Man. So just like Spider-Man change and discover his powers, Oscar transforms too, right? So if you were to say, what is I mean, not Super, I'm talking about Superman now. Spider-Man's famous words or quotes that you can come out with. What will you say? Hmm? Anybody? I would say that one of the most famous line associated with Spider-Man is, with great power comes great responsibility. I think I like that one. Just like Spider-Man says, with great power comes great responsibility. Oscar learned how to use his team to become something amazing. Okay? He became a moth and he was able to travel all the way to Mexico. Okay? So, adios, amigos, just like Oscar would say.